Hello, I'm Ayushe Sharman for Take TV News and Views Bulletin. First, the headlines. The United Nations General Assembly has collectively backed a resolution which calls for Trump administration to withdraw its recognition of Jerusalem as the Israeli capital. The U.S. national security strategy continues to attract reactions from around the globe. Canada and U.S. gear up to discuss North Korea. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has apologized after the release of the Conflict of Interest and Ethics Commissioner's report. National Investigation Agency of India granted a 3-day remand of Scottish Sikh Jagtar Singh Johal. India is gearing up for Christmas, a special report from ANI. A non-binding United Nations resolution discouraging the United States from recognizing Jerusalem as the Israeli capital has been approved by 128 states, while 9 countries voted against it and 35 abstained, Canada being one of them.
The United States will remember this day in which it was singled out for attack in the General Assembly for the very act of exercising our right as a sovereign nation. We will remember it when we are called upon to once again make the world's largest contribution to the United Nations. And we will remember it when so many countries come calling on us, as they so often do, to pay even more and to use our influence for their benefit. America will put our embassy in Jerusalem. That is what the American people want us to do, and it is the right thing to do. No vote in the United Nations will make any difference on that. But this vote will make a difference on how Americans look at the UN and on how we look at countries who disrespect us in the UN. And this vote will be remembered. Thank you.
U.S. Ambassador to United Nations Nikki Haley has shown her disappointment to the UN General Assembly meeting.
To its shame, the United Nations has long been a hostile place for the state of Israel. Both the current and the previous Secretary Generals have objected to the UN's disproportionate focus on Israel. It's a wrong that undermines the credibility of this institution, and that in turn is harmful for the entire world.
Trump's Jerusalem move has prompted international criticism and sparked protests across the world.
अमेरिका की बर्बादी तक जंग रहेगी, जंग रहेगी। इस्राइल की बर्बादी तक जंग रहेगी, जंग रहेगी। अमेरिका की बर्बादी तक जंग रहेगी, जंग रहेगी। इस्राइल की बर्बादी तक जंग रहेगी, जंग रहेगी। इस्राइल
Despite the international disagreement, Trump has sent a strong message across to the supporters of the UN resolution.
I like the message that Nikki sent yesterday at the United Nations for all of these nations that take our money and then they vote against us at the Security Council, or they vote against us potentially at the Assembly. They take hundreds of millions of dollars and even billions of dollars and then they vote against us. Well, we're watching those votes. Let them vote against us. We'll save a lot. We don't care. But this isn't like it used to be where they could vote against you and then you pay them hundreds of millions of dollars and nobody knows what they're doing. So, Nikki, that was the right message that you and I agreed to be sent yesterday, and I've had a lot of good comment on it, believe me. People are tired of the United States. The people that live here are great citizens that love this country. They're tired of this country being taken advantage of.
Trump unveiled his new national security plan on Monday, which promises to prioritize U.S. economic interests and explicitly name China and Russia as rivals.
Today, grounded in these truths, we are presenting to the world our new national security strategy. Based on my direction, this document has been in development for over a year. It has the endorsement of my entire cabinet. Our new strategy is based on a principled realism, guided by our vital national interests and rooted in our timeless values. This strategy recognizes that whether we like it or not, we are engaged in a new era of competition. We also face rival powers, Russia and China, that seek to challenge American influence, values, and wealth. We will attempt to build a great partnership with those and other countries, but in a manner that always protects our national interest.
China and Russia have criticized the U.S. over its new national security strategy, which labels both the countries as its competitors. The spokeswoman for China's foreign ministry said that the new strategy demonstrates a Cold War, while Kremlin spokesman said that the strategy shows an imperialist character.
We've noted the US will unveil a national security strategy report. I will not make an official and specific comment on the report as I haven't read it. But as China and the US are both permanent members of the United Nations Security Council, we hope the US security strategy can play a constructive role in promoting world peace and stability, and can also enhance strategic mutual trust between the two countries.
On top of Trump administration's list of threats are rogue regimes, namely North Korea and Iran, and non-state threats such as ISIS.
We face rogue regimes that threaten the United States and our allies. We face terrorist organizations, transnational criminal networks, and others who spread violence and evil around the globe.
The National Security Strategy report suggests a deepened strategic partnership with India, along with the plans to urge Pakistan to intensify its counterterrorism efforts.
We have made clear to Pakistan that while we desire continued partnership, we must see decisive action against terrorist groups operating on their territory. And we make massive payments every year to Pakistan. They have to help.
The January 16 meeting in Vancouver was confirmed as Foreign Affairs Minister Chrystia Freeland met her U.S. counterpart, Rex Tillerson.
Delighted to be in Canada, and I appreciate that we got above freezing temperatures in Ottawa.
Canada and the United States will co-host an international meeting to discuss the North Korea crisis next month. They aim to send a message of solidarity to the nation, encouraging it to negotiate with the rest of the world and give up its nuclear ambitions.
I'm very much looking forward to discussing our continued collaboration on important issues like North Korea, obviously.
The minister's willingness to co-host this event as we continue to find ways to advance the pressure campaign against North Korea.
We believe that a diplomatic solution to the crisis is essential and possible.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has apologized for his actions after the federal ethics watchdog found that he violated some provisions of the Conflict of Interest Act when he vacationed on a private island owned by Aga Khan last year.
The Commissioner's report this morning makes it very clear that I should have taken precautions and cleared my family vacation and dealings with the Aga Khan in advance. I'm sorry I didn't, and in the future I will be clearing all my family vacations with the Commissioner's office. I've always considered the Aga Khan a close family friend, which is why I didn't clear this family trip in the first place. But given the Commissioner's report, I will be taking all precautions in the future. She made a determination that he is not a family friend. I still consider him a family friend, but moving forward, even on people I consider to be family friends or friends, I will be proactively checking with the Commissioner on any personal travel and vacations. This is an important issue. We have a system in place to protect the integrity of the office of Prime Minister and the integrity of our institutions, and it is important that as we move forward, we learn from this mistake. I take full responsibility for it. We need to make sure that the office of the Prime Minister is without reproach, and in the future, including on family, friends, and personal family trips, we will be proactively working with the office of the Commissioner to ensure that there is no conflict of interest.
Jagtar Singh Johal, a Scottish Sikh activist being held by Punjab police, has been taken into custody by India's National Investigation Agency. Johal is accused of conspiring to murder prominent right-wing Hindu leaders. Here's an exclusive news report from ANI.
A special NIA court in Mohali granted a 3-day remand of British nationalist Jagtar Singh Johal, an alleged murderer and a conspirator, to National Investigation Agency, the Central Counterterrorism Law Enforcement Agency of India. The probe agency, which suspects a terror angle associated with the case, had sought a 12-day remand in order to extensively investigate the matter.
ਜਗਤਾਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੌਹਲ ਵੈਸੇ ਤਾਂ 4 ਨਵੰਬਰ ਤੋਂ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਹਿਰਾਸਤ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ 5ਵਾਂ ਕੇਸ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਨੇ ਪਾਇਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਦੁਰਗਾ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਮਰਡਰ ਕੇਸ ਸੀ 13/16 FIR ਸਿਟੀ ਖੰਨੇ ਦੀ ਸੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 11 ਤਰੀਕ ਤੋਂ ਅੱਜ ਤੱਕ ਦਾ ਰਿਮਾਂਡ ਸੀ 8 ਦਿਨ ਦਾ। ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਯਾਨੀ ਕਿ ਨੋਟੀਫਿਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੋਇਆ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਮੁਤਾਬਕ NIA ਕੋਰਟ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੱਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਸਟਡੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ ਜਗਤਾਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਦੀ NIA ਨੇ ਲੈ ਲਈ ਤੇ ਅੱਜ NIA ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਕੋਰਟ ਮਿਸ ਅੰਸੁਲ ਬੈਰੀ ਦੀ ਕੋਰਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ 12 ਦਿਨ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ NIA ਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਰਿਮਾਂਡ ਦੀ ਡਿਮਾਂਡ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀਗੀ।
Johal's name has frequently surfaced during Punjab police investigation related to the multiple killings of prominent people in Punjab. His name has emerged many times during interrogation of members of recently busted modules hired by Khalistan extremist groups in Punjab. Police has also accused him of regularly communicating with militant organization Khalistan Liberation Force Chief Harminder Singh, who under Pakistan's patronage has been designing nefarious plots to subvert the sovereignty of India. Jagtar Singh has also been associated with Guru Sharanbir Singh of the UK and hermit based in Pakistan for promoting terror activities. He and Guru Sharanbir Singh have discussed ways to revive militancy in Punjab. Another Khalistan Liberation Front member, Taljit Singh, who was in touch with Jaggi while living in Glasgow, Scotland, is now in jail for funding and sourcing of weapons. Former Director General of Police for Punjab Prisons and a counter-insurgency expert, Sashikant, says that these Pakistan-sponsored mischiefs against India have been going on for a long time.
This kind of thing has been going on for such a long time. Whether it's our northeastern states, whether it was earlier it was state of Punjab where such a thing was happening. I'm talking of 80s and 90s, that era. Yes, Pakistan, I told you that it has only one policy, it has only one aim, is motivated and moves only on account of one underlying principle, that is to ensure that India gets harmed, trying to ensure that India gets dismembered, whereas India will not get dismembered.
The secessionist and Khalistan movement sympathizer are running pillar to post to establish a false narrative against the Indian government, saying that Singh is being traumatized by police while the truth he is in best of his health. There is an online campaign launched misrepresenting the Indian authorities. The British government, however, in an unexpected and shocking development, has been continuously pretending to ignore Pakistan's vicious intentions and been seeking Johal's release.
And now, while Toronto is lit up with Christmas lights, India gears up to celebrate the holiday as well. A special report from ANI.
We have purchased some Christmas trees and Santa Claus and some stars. Yeah, from this shop there are varieties of items are there to shop. A big collection of Christmas celebrating items are there.
That's all for today. Thank you for watching Take TV News and Views Bulletin. I'm Ayushe Sharman.